back to Happy Apple Core Homestead. Today we are going to do a May garden tour. Right now it is at the end of May. We live in the Pacific Northwest in Zone 8B. Most of you who follow me already know that I am not planting in my main gardens this year. It is getting its year of sabbatical rest just to restore itself and come back into rejuvenation. However, I'm allowing potatoes and dill and all kinds of things that just pop up naturally to go ahead and grow to their heart's content. On that subject of letting things just grow wild, I do have some additional information for you, and I will tell you about that as soon as we head out to the garden. And before we do, I just want to remind you guys that I am running a 25% off sale in my Etsy shop right now. And you can find the link to my Etsy shop down in the description box. I would appreciate you supporting me in the work that I do here. Now, all that said, let's get out to the garden and see what she looks like. Here we are in the greenhouse. I did have spinach growing here and I've pulled it. I will be planting jalapenos in here in the next couple days. There's still a little bit of lettuce in here, but I'm gonna eat that. We have broccoli that's growing in here and it has gone to seed, as you can see. I will harvest those seeds and plant some more next year. Out in front of the garden I have a very large comfrey and it's blooming and it has lots of bees on it. But there you can see the pretty blooms. And let's go inside. It does look quite a bit different than it looked in April. Make sure you check out the April video. We'll go this way first. Here are the raspberry plants, lots of bees, lots of fruit growing. It's gonna be a while before I can determine whether or not these plants had a virus last year, so I'm just keeping an eye on them right now. This bed had mallow in it and I did pull it. I'm gonna plant, I think I'm gonna plant some blueberries here. That still has not been fixed, but won't be long now. In this bed here, we have mallow that migrated over. My daughter's strawberries, a bean plant, and I am not, so all of these are my vole traps. I'm not trapping voles, I'm not picking up slugs, I'm letting nature eat of the garden. So no bird netting, no vole trapping, no slug patrol, nothing like that. And then here I have some rosemary and blueberries that I'm pretty sure were in the last video that I haven't planted yet. And it's been kind of rainy this month. We have a chamomile volunteer, and over here we have calendula volunteers. Otherwise it's pretty empty down there. Kind of the same deal here. We've got one bean plant, one chamomile, some calendula. I am not 100% sure what that is, but I'll figure it out. This raspberry plant is also doing pretty good. Looks happy right now. We'll see how it fares later in the season. Here are my two new blueberry plants that I think I'm going to plant over in that trough that had the mallow in it. There's what's left of the rhubarb. It's about done for the season. Here's the yarrow. Time to harvest it before the blooms come up. Lots of poppies getting started over here. And maybe I'll plant the rosemary next to that. Not sure yet. So the troughs are not 7 years old, just the main beds. So I can still plant things in the troughs if I want to. We have thyme and obviously this massive comfrey. Lots and lots of bumblebees over here. Look how big this comfrey is. I think I might put out a notice to my neighbors to see if they would like to harvest some of this comfrey. And here's the very bushy oregano. And right next to it is a lemon balm. I mean, it's huge. It's like, you know, waist height to me. The rest of the bed is empty. And you're probably noticing that I did do some weeding. I had quite a bit of willow herb out here, and I did not want that to get established. You know, I prayed about it, talked to my husband about it and some of my other gardener friends, and decided that weeding the main gardens would be for the best. These are the new raspberry plants that I planted last month. Here's my strawberries. It looks like we're gonna get tons and tons of strawberries. I've already eaten a few of them. But if we look in there, you can see that they are coming along. This bed here just has some potato volunteers down the way. I'll show them to you. I did want to mention that the beds that I put down a very thick layer of leaf mulch had considerably less weeds in it. So that's an option for you guys. I do have a video on that I'll link up for you, the benefits of leaf mulching. Here are some raspberries. This was the cranberry bed, and you can see I had before a very big clover problem, and I still do apparently. Here's the other rhubarb bed. Here are my potato volunteers, quite a few of them here. This is mostly weeds, skullcap. Here's the chamomile, very prolific. Probably time to come on out and grab some of these flowers for teas. I like to use it in bath soaks as well. Here is a giant chamomile over here that popped on over, made itself at home, and another potato volunteer as well. And I think that's a pea over there, one lone pea plant. And here are some blueberries, not too many growing on here. Still not really sure what happened with my blueberries last year. Something happened. I think I mentioned before, it could have been a water issue, could have been a virus of some kind, could have been mummy berry, I don't know. And these are all new blueberry plants. And I pulled out all of the weeds and the lingonberries, and still, even though this blueberry bush is growing, it looks awful. And I just don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but something. Probably pull it out, but I think I'll give it a chance. Same with these three. They're just unhappy. They're growing new leaves, but that's just about it. And this here is empty. This trough has raspberries. All of the weeds have been pulled out so that these berries can get some sunlight. And this one that was all weeds last month is cleared out. I'm going to restore this bed and plant, maybe I'll plant the blueberries here actually. All the way down this row are the grapes. And you can see the little flowers. We're going to have tons and tons of grapes this year, so I'm pretty excited about that. Well, let's go back this way down the center of the garden. This bed has a lot of potato volunteers. All the way down you can see how many. It's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 or 17 potato plants growing in here. This had tomatoes in it last year, and it's just leaf mulch. There's nothing growing in here, and there weren't that many weeds either. It really wasn't too bad. Here is the garlic that was planted in October. There was only a few weeds in here too. And these are all looking very happy. Gonna be a while though before they're ready to harvest. Here is the Brussels sprouts. that have gone to seed, and when these seed pods dry completely out, I'll harvest them so I can grow more next year. We have feverfew here that's come up on its own, a lot of it. It's really spread too. There might even be some parsley in there, and they look a lot alike. This is my lime balm bush. It's even taller than, like this one is like up to like almost to chest level is how tall this bush is. Another good one to share with the community. We have one little savory plant that came back down there. And then we have some sheep sorrel here. I need more of that, so I'm just gonna let it grow and do its thing. We have a brassica of some kind here. Probably broccoli would be my guess. And here are the next set of beds. This one here has a broccoli. You can see the little broccoli crown growing in there. Several potato plants as well. Now, I mentioned I wasn't doing slugs. You can see that slugs have eaten this entire plant. And that's okay with me for this year. We have lots and lots of broccoli over here because this is where it went to seed last year. But there's, you know, enough to eat. So I will harvest that and eat it. Lots of slug activity. And all the way down here, what I think I might have thought was carrots last month is actually dill. You can definitely tell that it's dill now, and I don't see any carrots or anything that looks like carrots in here. So I think I was misidentifying last month. This whole bed is mostly calendula. Doesn't look like much now, but there'll be beautiful flowers here soon. And there are also several potato plants and another brassica. And I did not mean to leave that here, but look at that big blackberry. Definitely will want to pull that. And here's our last row to take a look at today. We have potato plants, we have a couple of calendula in there, lots of thyme, and there's also quite a bit of tarragon, which is great. I think I need some more of that. Another bush of oregano, and a lone broccoli out here. I'll give you one last overview of the May garden. And that's our May garden. Make sure you leave me a comment, tell me what you think, tell me what you're growing in your garden this year and how things are going. I know the weather has been a little wacky, you know, kind of off and on these last couple of years, and people have faced some interesting challenges in their gardens. So let's have a discussion about it and see if we can come up with some suggestions together to grow big, strong, happy food for your family. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will be doing a monthly garden tour for you for the entire 12 months that my garden is having its sabbatical rest, just so we can see what God grows, what kind of pests do we have, what kind of problems do we encounter, and what kind of food do we receive from the land when we let our ground go fallow. Make sure to subscribe to my channel because I have tons of fun information upcoming for you. I'll see you next time. Bye!